Hi, I'm Natasha Marchewka,
And I'm Kim Wilson.
and this is Speechless.
Speechless. Speechless.
Welcome to our behind-the-scenes take on real life in VO, where we share stories, resources, and our unsolicited opinions.
And today we have, first got to put our glasses on. We have an amazing star-studded guest today. Star-studded guest, an amazing star power guest today that I am over the moon about.
I just introduced Kim to who I call my VO fairy godmother, or my VO Keri godmother. Her name is Keri Tombazian. And I'm so happy that you're so excited, Kim, and you love her as much as I do. Check it out, everyone.
Yes.
Well, cheers.
Cheers
to you visiting us, and cheers to us. Look how red.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yours is really red.
Health and prosperity.
Thank you.
Damn. Every day.
So I went renegade on my drink today. I just threw some things in the blender. So I threw frozen strawberries, frozen raspberries, sparkling strawberry water, and rum. This rum. So it's like a smoothie with rum in it. And I don't even know if this is expensive rum or cheap rum. Someone liked it in my house.
Love it.
That's my drink. What do you have, Keri?
I have Waterloo sparkling grapefruit flavor. And the reason I'm not drinking with you is because it's only 2:00 where I am. And I'm still going to work out. But tonight I'm making a fabulous Italian sausage pasta, and I'll be having a lovely Cabernet.
Oh my God.
Sounds good. Well, it's 2:00 where I am too.
I'm having a champagne Paloma.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Which is lovely.
Working out, as soon as this is over, I'm running to my trainer. Hence, my representing my boys.
You also, and you can't be tipsy.
No.
In front of your trainer.
Working out? No. Well, first I want to introduce Keri to Kim and the audience, because I discovered Kim. I discovered Keri. No, I didn't discover Keri at all, but I discovered her coaching.
For me.
For you. I discovered her coaching through Kay Bess, an incredible talent and coach in her own right. And now I call Keri my VO godmother, or my Keri godmother, with such love. Yeah. I've taken an incredible group class with her. And also, she's essentially the first lady in voiceover. So,
well, she's the real deal. Like, Keri, if I was out to dinner with Natasha and she was like, "Don't turn around," but Keri Tombazian is behind, I'd be like, "Oh, where?"
Let me stop.
I'd be like, so uncool. Star power. You have the star power. You're the real deal.
So anyone can read this on your bio, but Kim, go ahead.
Yeah. You have a bunch of firsts, right? So you have first female guest host for Casey Kasem's American Top 40. What?
Yeah.
What?
That was kind of amazing. I was a DJ. So I got on the radio when I was very young, and an incredible man, actually, some amazing men, Gary Owens, Mark Elliott, all these older guys who they weren't old at the time, but women were unheard of. I think I was the first female to step foot in the promo booth at ABC, where Ernie Anderson used to do The Love Boat. This is like way before your time. But
whoa, that's not before my time. Are you kidding?
And his son, Paul T. Anderson, who is one of my favorite filmmakers, those guys kind of wrap their arm around me. Here I come in, and I'm literally a little barely out of teens. And they could have looked at me and said, "Who the hell is she?" They were like, "Oh, come here, little girl, let us help you." And hence was my sort of entry into promos. But I was on the radio. It was 1983, 2, 1. I don't know. I did it twice. And I get a call on the request line. "Hi, Keri, this is Tom. Tom Bustani." Is his name Tom? Anyway, I'm Casey Kasem's producer, and we'd like you to guest host. I'm like, ha, 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 click.
Oh.
because I used to get prank calls all the time. And he called back. He's like, hey, don't hang up. It's really me. I was like, oh, gosh. Okay. And so that's how that happened.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fun on Twitter. Somebody asked some question like, what's something you did that, nobody knows about you? And I said, first female host to blah, blah, guest host. And this gentleman said, oh, I know you. I've mastered the reel that you're on, because he's the archivist for
my
Top 40.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. And that was when you hosted this was in 83 or a different
81 and 83. I did it both.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Okay. And then the Atlas thing, what?
Yeah, tell me about the Atlas thing. I don't understand. You're the first, when they opened, you were their first talent?
Female.
In LA. So here's what happened.
Okay.
Let me just give you the quick lead up.
Yeah.
Radio, voiceover, almost concurrently. Took a workshop at the then Bob Lloyd voicecaster workshop, which we'll circle back to when you ask me what's the most embarrassing moment of your life.
I cannot wait.
So voiceover, and I'm with Steve Tischerman, a great then agent, God bless him. Built my little career, kind of the beginning. And remember, I came into voiceover when there weren't a lot of women. So our booking ratios were giant because there weren't that many of us.
Right.
And there was no sort of precedent. We were sort of starting, not that there were none, but there weren't a lot. Cut to, I'm with ICM. I make a step up, which turns into DPN. And during the strike of 2000, I fly to New York because I'm working with the New York VO department or people community. And I'm thinking, and remember, it's 2000. I should be represented here. This is a great town.
Manhattan.
Yeah. So I start interviewing with different agents, and Atlas Talent had almost just opened up because this was a group of agents that left Buchwald. And anyway, I signed with them. I built a small booth. I started booking affiliate work, which was at that time like, woohoo! And that's a separate subject. And then so that was 2000. Cut to 2007. And now I've been with DPN a long time, and I realize it's time for a change. But I'm really at the best agency at that time in Los Angeles, right?
Okay.
So where are we going to go? And then a fellow voiceover actor calls me and says, Keri, that John Wasser has opened an office in LA. I'm like, what? Why have I heard this? Because it's a little stealth. So I called my agent at Atlas in New York, and I said, why don't I know this? He said, because I didn't want to put you in a bad position. I know that your relationship with the DPN is really solid, and I didn't want you to. So here was a brand new to LA agency. It was terrifying to leave DPN, really, the warm bosom of the agents that had really catapulted my career. It was terrifying, but I did it. And a really wise woman, my fairy godmother, Claudette Sutherland, she's a woman she originated the role of Smitty in How to Succeed in Business on Broadway when she was 19. She's now in her 80s. She teaches writing. She's an amazing actress, fantastic. At the time, she said to me, Keri, you're standing on the edge on the precipice of a chasm. And right on the other side, well within your leaping range, is the other side. For one moment, you're going to be over a drop. Don't look down, just leap. And that's what I did. So
I just got chills.
Yeah. So I signed with Atlas across the board. I cut all my LA ties. It was really scary, but it was the best thing I ever did.
Oh my
Great.
God, that's such a beautiful story.
There's more, and there's more. We could interview you the whole year and have some new amazing stuff. So I had the pleasure of being in a class with Keri. Keri, tell us about your I know you coached before and then you stopped and you started again and you just do it a little bit for those of us that are lucky enough to be with you. So where are you right now with coaching, offering services?
So I taught back in the 90s for about 2.5 years. I got kind of roped into it because a fellow actor who had moved here from New York needed a way to make money. And he said, teach a workshop with me. I said, I can't. He said, all you have to do is show up and teach. You don't have to do any of the planning. I'll do everything. Again, the 90s, no email. It was, really different. Flyers at agencies. And I said, oh, all right, fine. He said, I need your name. I'm like, fine, I'll do it. Well, I got in there and I was thought, oh God, I love this.
Oh,
I love this so much. So I taught for a few years, but I just could not sustain it. I'm busy, 3 kids, all that stuff. My kids are older. So the cut to the Don LaFontaine lab, the DLF lab at SAG. And I was asked would you come teach gratis? It's a give back. I'm like, sure. And I started doing that once a year, and then I did it twice a year, and now I do it about 2 or 3 times a year. And last year, my kids are older. My youngest daughter got married in September, and I thought, I think I could do, this was in July. This was your class.
The first
and
one.
I thought, I could do this. I could do this again. There's room for me to do it. What you weren't at, Natasha, was the October class. And that we had some people who came back from the July, but I got some new people from Don LaFontaine and Kay referred and other people. And there was a girl, a young woman, she had said that she was in the middle of making her demo. And I kind of recoiled. I thought, oh God, you're not ready to make your demo. You're about to drop $2,000. So what do I do? What do I do? Do I crush somebody and say, stop? Do I, she hasn't asked me. I'm just coaching. I'm teaching. It's interesting, Natasha. I actually don't call myself a coach. I actually call myself a teacher. I know it's a semantics, but I don't know. I feel like there's a difference between what I do and what a lot of people who are coaches do. I just, anyway, long and short of it is, one night, the question of demos came up and the questions kept circling around. How do you know if you're ready? And this young woman said to me, and we're on Zoom, right? She goes, do you think I'm ready?
Oh, we're all like,
And I started to cry. I'm not,
not
ugly to cry, but I got tears in my, I was like,
of course.
I said, I would really like it if you could take a pause. If you could call your demo producer and just say, hey, some things have come up and I just need to delay. Because you're like, I've already paid for half. I said, it's not that you shouldn't make a demo. Right. It's not that you don't have the talent. You do, but not quite yet. Don't spend that money, So anyway, I came into the house after that class was over, and my 28-year-old son, he's a composer and he teaches piano on the side. And I walked in and I said, oh my God. I said, you know what, Cooper? I care too much. And he goes, yeah, exactly. We care too much, because that's how he feels about his students. And suddenly, I got clarity from my husband, who said, you get to care about what you can control in class. You cannot keep extending your heart to your students out in there. Because seriously, I'm on the journey with everybody. And to a degree, I'm not going to stop doing that. But I have to have, this is what I do. So I'm planning this year to do a class in March, and I'm going to do another class sometime in the fall. Spring and fall. And the through line, as you know, Natasha, is that, and again, you weren't in October, but one of the focuses became, wow, people really don't know how to analyze copy. Skip that step. And I'm one of those people who say everything you need to know is in the copy. Even if it's bad copy, it's all there. And by the way, you come equipped with the music of the English language. There is no wondering when I am talking, I'm not asking myself, what word do I hit? Which sentence is important? I just naturally do it. The trick is we get behind the mic. It's not our words. It's not springing from our mind. And so suddenly now I do it too. We're trying to figure it out. So I teach the music of the English language, copy analysis. You know, the acting adage, you are enough.
Yeah.
And I've said that for years. And then I thought, you know, actually you aren't enough. You aren't.
I think that's how you started the class last time, which is a great.
Yeah. You are not enough. You have to have training. You need to know how to work the mic. I mean, there are so many layers. So, so what I offer is 2 classes this year, hopefully. That's my plan. And I'll send something out, Natasha, and, you know. So that's what I'm doing. I don't privates. I send people to you, Kay. There's a couple people that I sent.
Yeah. Well, when we decided to interview coaches, we really want to, for 2 reasons we're doing it, maybe more, but the main reasons are for talent. Talent don't know which coaches to go to unless you see them at a conference or in a workshop or other talent tell you. And certainly different levels need to go to different coaches. Everyone offers something different, but I can't express enough how valuable each moment is and was coaching with you. And yes, you teach something totally different. Thankfully, every coach does. And I really recommend people see different coaches. But I love how your wealth and breadth of knowledge comes into this little VO world that we have and hits the mark on things that don't get hit on necessarily all the time. So it was a refreshing learning experience and really uncomfortable.
Well, and I have to say, because you are a formidable, young, wonderful talent in your own right, I do this, the last class, I do an exercise where everybody has to read the same copy. It used to be that this was a vehicle to show you what the audition was like. Like you get 1 take, maybe you get an adjustment, and then you do it a second time, and that's it. Now, because we don't audition very much like that, I said, well, this is an example of what it is to be in a job. Your first take, you better rock. Because you don't want to make the producer think, oh God.
Yeah.
Which happened.
Yep.
And if they give you an adjustment, you better move. Well, because I picked copy that I thought, oh, Natasha's going to be my example of somebody who's going to nail it. I was like,
she was like mad at me.
What happened?
Embarrassing.
I was like, Natasha, what happened? You know, but it was a terrific example. It was such a learning experience. My expectation, because I know your level, and you not doing the work that you needed to do, you know, and we all do that. And I want to say also, by the way, hopefully as a coach, as a teacher, I do have a lot of knowledge. I have a crap ton of experience. I've been doing this forever, since 1977. Right?
Incredible.
I mean, even I am like, awesome. What? But Kay and I converse, and she does that Facebook Live thing, her little community.
We'll share that in the comments below as well.
Yeah, thank you. And she said to me, you know, the question this week is about trends. So we got into this philosophical conversation about keeping up with trends. And I said, it is an act of futility to chase trends. On the one hand, we must be watching. We've got to watch and see what's booking and what's out there. But we can't be trying to chase it. And so I thought more and more and more about it. And actually, Natasha, I think I might have told this in the July class. I happen to love the advertising, the creative for Geico. I just love it. They have, I think, 4 different kinds of campaigns. And I started really watching them. And I was getting a lot of Geico auditions over like the span of a couple of years. And I would think to myself, okay, I know what I know what the Geico universe is. I just have to find my place. And I would read and I would audition. And I finally booked a little radio campaign that I think is going to roll out this first quarter. And I thought, okay, I did not chase a trend, but I did learn what that universe was like. another student of mine just booked a big fat account that I cannot say. It's not my story to tell, but I can tell you it's Angus. And
I love Angus so much.
Here's the thing. He has been studying that particular brand and thing. And that's how I think that we stay relevant.
Wow.
We are relevant to each thing.
Wow.
So, today I went to Sound Lounge.
I think that's called that.
Yeah, it's a production creative company in New York. And I was looking for something in particular, but then I thought, I want to see what else they've done. And I started watching their spots and I was like, what? Oh, wow. That's really interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Now, am I going to try to mimic that? No. But I am going to add it to my sort of own personal arsenal of, so what are the sounds that are happening right now? But if I chase after it or if I try to recreate it, it's false. And if we trust that as we learn these things, we will then kind of, I hate to use this word, but we will manifest it, or it will come out of us. But if we try to do it, it sounds like BS.
It sounds inauthentic. Right.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to find, am I allowed to share that incredible thing you have so many things, but remember that incredible, the specs were mysterious and maybe witch, I'm not using the right word, but right?
Oh, yes, I know what this is.
It's huge. Am I allowed to share that with our audience?
Absolutely, of course, it's out
there. Okay, I have to
Yes.
find it. But in the meantime, we want to know.
I think it's on her website, I think.
It is on my website.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I just want to tell you, if you're going to post it, the quick story is I'm in the house. It's a Friday afternoon.
Oh, yeah, I love this.
I have guests coming. I'm cooking. I've got stuff hot on the stovetop.
Yeah.
And my phone goes ding, and it's ASAP audition. It's a secret project code name. And it says, we need a witch, but not a cackling wicked witch of the West, mysterious, a little bit of humor, dark. And the first line is, we've created something wild. So that's the first line.
I'm going to play it right now. I'm going to share it. And what blew me, for so many reasons, but when you get a script and we're trying to be authentic in ourselves and you hear this and it was like, how did this actor make these incredible choices? And then you auditioned and booked it and recorded like right away. This is a pro beyond pros. So I'm going to share the piece right now.
Right now? Oh,
yeah.
Lord. Okay.
Here we go.
We've created something wild. With a fire in its belly. This thing draws everything in, moving silently, night and day, into the deepest blacks and brightest lights. Its eye, razor sharp. Its sound, deafening. Pretty. Dangerous. So why would anyone give this beast more power? You'd have to be reckless. What have we done? And more importantly, what will you do?
Oh my God, the choices that you made with the phrasing and the tone and oh my gosh.
At least 4 of the lines are from the audition.
Stop.
Oh, wow.
That's
They just grabbed them.
It was truly one of the most first of all, revelatory learning experiences, because I bopped into the booth. Thank God I didn't know it was Apple. Thank God.
Right.
Because then I'm trying to do what I think, oh, it's Apple and it's kind of hip and maybe I should be kind of like a millennial witch.
Right, right. You would have overthought it, right?
Oh my God. So I started to read and I stopped myself. I thought, oh, that's not right. I better just go for it. Later that day, I thought, that was an awfully bold choice. That's either going to get me the job or knock me right out of the running. They're going to think, oh God. And they said when they heard that the audition process stopped, that like, they said, you won the audition game. Now, here's the truth. There was a guy in Apple who fought against it. They were like, he felt it was too weird.
Dark.
But
the choice was so strong that someone's going to oppose or has to say something, and it would be like startling, but wow, kudos to the people that chose you as well. Because
and you know what? It makes me weepy because it does. It makes me weepy. I'm like, wow, that was a big deal. It was a big deal. My son was beside himself. I got out of the session and I had asked them. They finally told me what it was for. And I said, where am I going to see this? They said, well, you'll see. It's something special. And I'm like, Cooper, where am I going to, is it going to be in Times Square? He goes, no, Mom, you're going to be part of the Apple live stream, that they do to roll out. I was like, I am. He goes, Mom, millions of people are going to be watching.
Oh, that's so amazing. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Keri, so people that are clamoring to be on your email list for coaching, how can they do that?
Keri at KeriTombazian.com. You can put it in the
in the notes. Awesome. Yeah. So please finally just share with us, please, your most embarrassing, if you can think of one.
Yes, moment. Please. Let me take a sip.
I have way more than one.
Yeah, right. We all do.
That's my life.
It's like, maybe it's 1980 and I'm young and I've been booking and there's a bunch of us that I've been booking and we've been in this voiceover workshop together. And interestingly, there's a movie out right now called Licorice Pizza, which is named for, it's my youth. It's named for this record store that was like, there was Tower Records and there was Licorice Pizza. And Licorice Pizza was this hip kind of alternate whatever. And there was this ad campaign. Then you heard it on the radio. And don't forget, we listened to terrestrial radio. All the time. All the time. Hi, this is Leslie from Licorice Pizza. And today we've got blah, blah, blah. So we're talking about all the different ads. The class, we're on a break. We're actually on a break. We're standing on Ventura Boulevard, drinking sodas and smoking cigarettes, because we did back then. And we're talking about ads we love and ads we can't. I said, oh my God, the woman who's doing Licorice Pizza, could she be any more smug? And I start to go on and this girl goes, stop.
Oh, damn.
I'm Leslie from Licorice Pizza. I said, well, and she goes, and just to protect you, my husband writes the spots, so don't write down the writing.
Just kidding.
I was like, oh God. She goes, I get it. It's a style. I said, oh God, Leslie, I'm dying. But lesson learned. Don't talk smack. And you know what? This, if you'll indulge me, this, there's this, again, Kay and I talk about this, but other people, we talk about what is an appropriate amount of outing on social media. I'm not on Facebook, but I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Instagram's for my family, my dog, my kids, but Twitter a little bit. I post so little of my work. First of all, my agent points out, you're making yourself a target. For example, I have posted this and most, I do some voice work for CBS Network news. So some gal might be thinking, oh, they use a woman? Huh. I'm going to see who is that? You don't want to make people go after your jobs. We all want to be competitive. I am all in favor of promoting yourself, but don't target some other woman's work and try to take it away from her. And that has happened to me, by the way. Oh God, I won't go into that. Anyway, the whole thing about posting your work because I'm proud of it, or, hey, I'm so excited. You would not walk into a lobby, and I come from the days of the lobby and go, hi, everybody. Oh, my God. Did you hear my Apple spot? Oh, and by the way, I booked a great campaign for Geico. Hey, did you hear? I did a video game for EA. You wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it makes people feel like shit. That's why. So I'm not
Cheers to that.
Yeah. I am not saying to never say, wow. Like Apple, I was really blown away by it. And I think there's a gracious way to say, thanks to the creative team, try to find their names or remember their name. Thanks to so-and-so for having the faith. I'm so proud of this work. But you will not see another posting of mine regarding a job. You haven't seen another posting about any of my jobs.
Well, and you didn't post that when I just played. Someone
else did.
Yeah.
Someone else did.
Prominent
yeah,
person. Okay, but you would say thank you to so-and-so and so-and-so. And that is my issue with, do we want to say their names? Because then we don't want to say their name.
People poach.
Yeah, people poach. And you know what? Don't poach.
I know.
Poach. It's not right. Again, promote yourself. Do everything you can to put yourself in the best, not only light, but I don't know anyone who's gotten jobs off of Facebook. I don't know anyone who says, I booked a huge job because somebody saw my gig on Facebook. I just don't think that happens very often. I think those are unicorns.
I agree.
So you're really doing it for you and your community. And again, different communities have different conventions. Like maybe there's a small community, a small voiceover group, and their whole thing is we want to encourage each other, so you get to share here.
Right.
Okay. But on the greater thing, be selective.
Yeah.
Be selective. Think about how it feels, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
I'm so glad
for
you
sharing. Thank you for teaching. Thank you for doing what you do and letting us share that piece, because that is just mind-boggling for the craft.
Glowing.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Oh my God.
And
such a pleasure to have
it could be the Keri show, because there's honestly so many stories and teachable moments that you can share. So thank you. We look forward. Well, yeah, that's it. We're going to share all the info below, everybody. But we're going to say goodbye to Keri. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I really, you ladies, you are me a minute ago. So keep doing what you're doing. You ladies are inspiring. You're talented, and you are just full of light. So just let that light be a beacon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Hugs.
Cheers to you.
Hugs. Okay.
So that was an incredible time with Keri. I think we could do a show every single week and learn something new about voiceover or about Keri.
I think I'm crying. I think I'm crying. Like what? Like she just moved me so much.
So good. So we're going to be sure to have all the resources below in the comments. We're going to have Kay Bess's info, Keri's info, and anything else that is important from that show. And please go to speechlessvo.com to see all the episodes and join our party. What else, Kim?
You get your show notes and you get the recipes for the drinks.
Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed, please
subscribe, please, to our YouTube channel. And fuck it. Let's be awesome now. Why, Natasha?
Because we have shit to do.
Damn.
Bye. Speechless. Speechless.